Hi, my name is Dawn Houck, and I'm currently a technology resource teacher at Carver Elementary School in Richmond Hill, Georgia, which is just outside of Savannah. I've been an educator for approximately 17 years now and a technology specialist at Carver since 2011. I absolutely love my job. Um, I love working with the students. I love my staff. Um, One of the tasks that KSU asked us was to consider why we should be a technology facilitator. And I think there are many different reasons for that. I do have experience being that I'm a technology resource teacher now, and I've worked there for 7 years. Um, I love working with our staff and admin, and my favorite part of the job is working directly with the students. Um, I like seeing the level of engagement and excitement when students come to me and they're excited about being able to work with the technology. I think that makes my I think that makes my job easy. Um, Imagine working in a profession that you love. How great is that? I've also worked as a classroom teacher at all different grade levels. I've helped co-chair a program called Virtual Enterprise in California, and that this was for high school students, in which they came up with their own business, and then they had to create a web page and figure out all the different ways to market their project or their product, whether it be a product or a service, and they would sell it or market it to the community, and then in turn, it was kind of became a competition with the students because there were several different types of virtual businesses that were going on in the classroom. I've also been a computer and application special areas teacher who I taught beginning and advanced computer. And I also taught computer classes to adults in the evening time. And that was a great joy, especially with one of my 80-some-year-old students who was tickled at being able to learn technology and feeling like she would be able to finally communicate in this world. Um, so technology brings me joy. The courses at KSU that I felt most directly impacted me were probably the 21st century courses, the web and multimedia design courses, the online tools. They those types of classes introduced me to a lot of Web 2.0 tools that I could and platforms that I could use with my students. Um, Not only was I able to create my lessons and put them on a platform rather than simply trying to stand up and instruct and use paper copies for everything, but I was able to organize my learning and my instruction to students in that way. And I was also able to use that same platform in order to teach the teachers the professional learning. So I really enjoyed the knowledge in those programs that we were asked to use and learn in those courses. Weebly and Padlet are just two examples of tools that I use quite often. I'm excited and proud about the experiences that I've made professionally while a student at Kennesaw State University. I'm thrilled with the new knowledge, the skills, and abilities that I now feel that I have as a leader. I've never really taken a leadership role until this last year and a half, at least not as strongly as this, where some of my ideas have actually, um, you know, have worked out. And through the capstone experience, for example, we now have school-wide Wi-Fi, which was something that I had pushed through the capstone, and we now have a makerspace that we've been creating these last 2 years, which is due to be completed in spring of 2018. Um, I was able to build up my confidence in my leadership abilities through using such tools as the SWOT analysis and presenting things like the data overview so people were understanding why those decisions were being made. Um, long term, I'm excited about reusing some of those instructional tools and methodologies such as the SWOT analysis to help me make technology decisions for our school and continue to be a voice in our leadership committee. As far as my short-term goals go, with the skills that I've acquired from my online teaching endorsement and the KSU courses that I've taken, I plan to continue to instruct and prepare a host of instructional blended online courses to use with staff for professional development as well as for the students that I teach. I'm curious to learn all the different ways in which my KSU experiences will impact me in the next 5 and 10 years, who knows. But technology is especially exciting for me when I can use it to organize my instruction and provide online resources and multimedia to help aid in students' understanding. I really enjoy using technology with students, teaching them skills, and then allowing them to use technology creative in their own learning. I've learned a lot from a dear friend of mine who is uh, a gifted teacher, a classroom teacher, and she integrates technology whenever she can. And she is very much a facilitator of learning, and she has taught me so much. She pretty much taught me that simply instead of trying to do all of the instruction myself, that by simply facilitating, learning how to facilitate the instruction, give the students choices in programs, give the students choices in some of the assignments, and then give them the freedoms to learn those different tools. And when they run into issues, give them a moment and let them try to troubleshoot on their own. And perhaps when someone else in the class runs into that same issue, you send that student over to show them to let that student show them how it can be fixed. When students get excited when they see other students doing really neat things, and by sending them over and letting them become the teacher, it's very, very exciting to let the students become the experts on their own. I mean, there's so much more 21st century learning that takes place in this kind of environment when there's collaboration and communication and creativity and leadership. And these are the tools and skills that students can develop. And these types of tools are authentic and lifelong. That's all the time that we have. Thank you for taking time to look at this video.